100,000 views and over 1,000 comments asking me to teach the second part. I'm finally doing it. It took me a while, but I figured it out, so I'm going to show you guys step by step how to take off a double-buttoned, alright, double-buttoned band watch that does not come off like one of these. It's very difficult to do if you don't practice it. So what I would suggest doing before anything is, if you're going to go out on the streets and do this, practice it with a friend just so you get the basic idea down. Step 1. Find somebody who's got a watch like this, all right? It's very common these days for somebody to have a banded metal watch, and it's also very common to find a watch that has this type of latch on it. They are very popular, all right? Step 2 is to learn how to unband the watch. Now, the way that I usually do this, and magicians will actually find this quite handy, is I like to do a little bit of a coin routine when I pickpocket somebody, especially with a watch, because it's putting a distraction in their hand, all right? Let me explain very simply. If I were to take a coin, place it into somebody's hand, have them turn it over and say it was going to vanish. Of course, it's not until I do some sort of special move, and it will. And I usually like to do it in their hands so that way they can see. During that move, or during that little performance, I would have the watch off of their hand, probably in my pocket or on my wrist or somewhere else, and they wouldn't even know. I'm about to show you exactly how to do that. So, step 1 is you would have them place an object into their hand. Let's just pretend that there's an object here. The way that I would do this is I would have them close up their hand, I would turn their hand over, and I would steal the watch. Let me do it really quickly so that way you can see, and then I'll break it down from there, all right? So you place it in your hand, all right? Can you do me a favor? Just close up your hand, turn it over like this. Now it's going to vanish. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's gone. Do you see that? Oh, it's still there. Okay. Here's the watch. Let me show you how this works. Step 1 of doing this is when you place the thing in their hand, whatever it may be, you close their hand, and what I'm doing right here is I'm actually using my middle finger, my ring finger, and my pinky to kind of cradle their fingers, push them down. My index finger and my thumb are going to be used to unlatch this little band right here. As you can see, there's 2 buttons on it, very easy to undo. So you have them close their wrist. As I'm doing this, I push the buttons and the latch comes off, okay? Step 2, what I do is as soon as I can feel that latch is off, I take my thumb and I place it right here, literally where their pulse is on the watch band. Now this does 2 things. 1, it keeps the tension of the watch, and 2, it also creates a pivot point, so that way when you move your hand over to cover the rest of it, you're not fumbling. All right, so let's just go over this one more time. Have them close their hand like this. You push the buttons open as soon as you can feel them. It's a little stuck right. Oh, it wasn't latched all the way. You close it as soon as you can feel it. You place your thumb right here. You let it drop. All right. Part 2, you pivot your thumb around, having the watch face end up in the palm of your hand like this, and you take your ring and middle finger and grasp onto the other part of the band. Keep a really tight grip on it, mainly because it's going to create the illusion that their watch is still attached to their wrist, all right? Because if you're going to feel this, people are going to feel if their watch is really loose. So when you keep it tight, no matter what the motion is, they're not going to feel it loose, all right? Step 3, when you have your hand in this position, that's the part where you're going to, I call it a jump slide, because you're jumping their hand up and you're sliding the watch out, all right? Their hand is at a fist at this point. Does 2 things. 1, it creates a tension in here, pretty much a distraction, so they're focused on whatever is in their fist. But 2, it also makes the fist narrower, so that way the watch can come right off. If their hand was like this, it's not going anywhere. But if you close it into a fist, you can even see it'll slide off easier than if I was going like that, because the fingers are in the way. All right. So make sure that their hand is in a fist. You have it palmed. You have it gripped. What I do is this: I say, "Watch." The object is going to vanish at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I have the watch right here. Let's go over that. All I'm doing, you have their fists like this. It's closed. You have a nice grip. 1, the watch is literally sliding up. 2, sliding up again. 3, off the fist, drop the hand down. Very, very important that you do that. Because 1, you're going to take all of the attention away from the hand. You can slip it into your pocket. You can put it in your backpack. You can give it to somebody if they're in on it. But make sure that you ditch the watch, all right? Very important. So, let's go over this one more time, all right? As soon as you have it in position, all right, it's 1, 2, 3, drop. Now, this is where the misdirection comes in. Any magician knows that misdirection is your best friend, especially in pickpocketing. It's actually the key to pickpocketing, all right? So while you're putting this in your pocket or something, their hand is going to be out. You have them turn the hand over and open it up, and of course, whatever it is that you put in there is still going to be in their hand. This is where the distraction comes in. You say, oh, wow, this didn't work. Okay, let me see this. Put your hand down. You do 3 things right here, all right? You take the object from their hand so they know that it was in their hand, all right? You're going to be doing something with the object, so what you do is you raise it closer to their hand or to their face, so that way their eyes look at this object, whatever it may be. 3rd, you tell them to put their hand down. You don't even look at their hand, because if you look at their hand, they're going to look at their hand. Kind of like if I look at my hand, you're going to look at my hand, all right? Something can be going on down here, but all of the attention is over here, and that's exactly what the point of that is. So you have them put their hand down, just rest it off to the side. You have the object, have them hold out their other hand, all right? Of course, there's nothing here. It's natural. They're not going to see anything missing because they're so used to it, okay? They're used to nothing being here. But I always wear a band with my call tag or whatever the hell you call it. Anyway, follow me, Freak at MFDB, but you know what I mean. I always wear this, so my wrists feel naked without a band or a watch on them. But some people don't wear a band, so whatever wrist that they don't have the watch on is going to be the distraction, because you're going to, when you put the hand down, you say, here, hold out your other one. They're going to hold out their other one, and you point to it, all right? You place whatever it is in their hand, and you point to it. Do a vanish, do something, you know, like I usually like to take it like here, say, watch. I'll take it, I'll make it vanish or something like that in their hand, pull it out the other side. Whatever you have to do to distract the person from their other hand. Make sure that their attention is on the hand that you are playing with, you know, manipulating the object in, you know, whatever one does not have the watch originally, all right? You also have them hold out their hand as, you know, as long as you want, because like I said, their attention is going to be here. You'll be able to pull the watch out of your pocket and place it right in their hand. Or a cell phone, or a wallet, or whatever you might pickpocket. I actually have a method of pickpocketing where they let me go into their pockets. Maybe if this video gets 100 likes, I'll teach that. But anyway, so that's pretty much it, guys. Let me go over this one more time. I want to go over it step by step one more time just so you can see. You have them hold out their hand. You take the object, you place it in their hand. As you're closing the hand, you unclip the watch. You let it fall, apply the pressure to the band, pivot, palm, lock, okay? Tight grip. 1, 2, 3, it's gone. Hey, did you see it? To open up your hand. No, it's not there. Okay, let me see this. Put your hand down, hold out the other hand, do whatever you got to do, reveal the watch. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if they have a watch that has the type of band where you have to pick it off and it doesn't have the buttons? Literally the exact same thing that I just taught you, only make sure that you can have a good enough gap in between the latch and the band itself, so that way you can go in and undo it. Like I said, practice on your friends. Practice on maybe a brother or sister or a buddy who wants to help you out. It is very important that you do that, because people are like here. If I were to steal this watch off of somebody's wrist, yeah, I use a different method. Their hands are moving a lot, and it's easier to take the watch off because it's, you know, it's there. It's in 2 parts and it slides off very easily. I can literally take it right off like this and they won't know. This, you actually have to get it around their fist, so it's a lot more difficult, and people are going to notice it if you're not confident and you're not 100% sure that it will work. So, Here we go with my shitty camera editing again, but I just want to say, guys, tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, favorite, comment, share, all that good stuff. Like I said, 100 likes, and I will teach you guys more pickpocketing. I like teaching videos. It's really fun. Also, make sure that if you are not doing anything, on February 24th at the Triad Theater on West 72nd Street, 158 West 72nd Street in Manhattan at 9 o'clock, you come to my show, Nothing Up My Sleeves. It's going to be a great time. My very first New York City stage production. There will be a bunch more dates going up. I'm booking like crazy. If you're watching this video after February 24th, go to my website, freakoutmagic.com. And you'll have all of my show dates and, information and stuff there. So, like I said, practice with your friends. If you have any questions, leave them down in the description. And, yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks.